Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell from the title, today I'm going to use the Glaminatrix. Mine says Grounded, but the original idea for this palette was tones of TURD. And it was an April Fool's joke. Everybody was actually like, well, we kind of sort of love that color story. So Glaminatrix gave it to us. You could either choose to have tones of TURD as the title of the palette or Grounded. Honestly, I don't remember seeing a difference. I just clicked add to cart, paid for it, and waited for it to get to me. So yeah, okay. We're going to create 3 eye looks with this palette, and I'm so excited. Okay, I'm on the Glaminatrix website. Yeah, so there's 2 options. I must have clicked Grounded. I honestly didn't. I just wanted to pay for it, purchase it, and it get to me as soon as possible. It retails for $64. This does come from Australia. So if you are in the US, yes, shipping takes a little bit longer, but I promise you, totally worth it. So far, what I have tried from Glaminatrix, I absolutely have loved. Okay, so this palette has 4 multi-chromes, 1 intense metallic, and 10 smooth mattes. It has a 24-month shelf life, and it was made in PRC. And this matches the actual palette. This is that fall leather material. Here is the color story. Oh my goodness, so pretty. What other palette do I have? The Nearly Natural. And these pans look bigger than that palette. 15, right? Yeah, 15 shades in this palette. You got your 2 rows of matte and then the row of shimmers in the middle, and it looks so absolutely beautiful. It did have the little foam protectors on the shimmers for a second. I thought this one did too, but it's just a white. So, okay, let me get primer on my eyes and we can get started. All right, I got you in closer. I'm still getting used to filming again, so that's going well. All right. Let me tell you what I have on my face before we get started with the eye looks. Rare Beauty Skin Tint 30N, MAC Cosmetics Studio Radiance Concealer, NC 17.5, Isamaya Contour Shade 02, Natasha Denona Liquid Bronzer in the 2nd or 3rd shade Bonfire, Dior Stick Blush in 077 Candy, powdered with the Huda Cherry Blossom Powder for my under eyes, and the Melt Cosmetics Loose Powder that is now available with their core packaging for the rest of my face. MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, and that's it for now. What I have on the face, gosh, I don't know where I'm going to start because all of these tones are just
so yummy.
I will compare this to the Nearly Natural palette that I have just to see if there's any similarity in shade. This one looks a tiny bit similar to the yellowy olive green in Nearly Natural, and maybe some of these browns. I can't remember if there's a green in there, but yeah, I will do a side by side. All right, let's get started because I'm just talking
too much.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is one eye look, and the 3rd eye look will be on both eyes. Picked up this fluffy Alamar crease brush, and I'm gonna dip into, let's do this one here, Trust, and put that. I burned myself right here with my curling iron, so if we start having issues with eyeshadow sticking to it, that's why. It's healing. I had scabbing that I scratched off before I started filming. So yeah, it's not the palette's fault, it's my skin's fault. It almost looks like a sunflower yellow. Maybe like a camel yellow is what I see on the pan. But it's definitely looking yellow on my skin tone. Okay, now with this Altitude Cosmetics brush, there's no number to it, and I think it's only available like in a set. I'm gonna jump in to this pretty like red brown Grounded and use that in the outer corner. I feel like we've been getting neutral palettes left and right. I guess we are in the neutral palettes era because we just keep getting them. I feel like you're either here for it or you're not. Oh, that's a beautiful tone. When we were driving back from Colorado, it was absolutely beautiful seeing all of the red rocks that Utah has. So pretty. We stopped. Is it the Moab Arch? I'll put a picture. It was so nice. We did not have enough time, but next time for sure we stop. We're gonna climb up to it. All right, next glitter glue is on. And I'm looking at this beautiful shimmer here, Calm. It's like a metallic. Maybe it has, yep, it has a shift to it. It's fine. Next glitter glue is already on, and I'm gonna put that right here. Yeah, it's like a shifty, maybe duochrome, and it has a dark base. Let me see how it has almost like a brown or maybe black base to it. So keep that in mind when using this, because if you want your eye look to stay bright, don't put it in the inner corner. But it's beautiful. All right, and now I'm gonna jump in to this one. I know it looks green, at least in the viewfinder it looks green to me, but it's a shifty kind of gold, so I think it'll go okay with this. Solid, so it's almost like a peachy gold that does have a tiny bit of a green shift to it in a certain lighting, but mostly the peachy gold. And I think it's gonna go perfect with what we got going on for the rest of the eye look. Okay, and for the inner corner, I think I'm just gonna go into the white. Still keep it nice and simple. So far I'm enjoying what I see. This is the B4 from Blend Bunny. Yeah, perfect. All right, I'm gonna finish this. When I come back, we're gonna get started with this eye look. And then at the end, when both are done, I'll put mascara, everything else, and show you both eye looks completed. Okay, now for this eye, I think I want a halo eye. And I think I want to use green. So I think we'll do this one and this one present. I usually like to do the lighter shade and then deepen up the outer corner. This is a B1 from Blend Bunny. So this one looks like a brown olive green, like a murky olive green versus a bright olive green. I hope that makes sense. Beautiful tone, my goodness. Greens, I am attracted to greens. I feel they're just so beautiful. Even the bright green is a pretty color. Don't wear it often or use it often, but it's a beautiful color. And I think I'm just gonna do a third way in, maybe. I don't mirror the top with the bottom. Sometimes I do, but I won't for today. I don't want to. Okay, there it is. I did switch brushes because this Blend Bunny B1 is a tiny bit more, it's not all that great for blending. Not sure what I was thinking. So I used the Refer 15 Mini and I blended out the edges of that beautiful murky olive green. It's so pretty. Now I'm going to use the B1 from Blend Bunny and dip into that pretty forest green, Patience, and just deepen up the outer corners of this eye look. Oh yeah, beautiful. I love that. It's so pretty. All right, now comes a hard choice. So this one looks yellow, but it's definitely a shifty green. This one is like a green and blue shifty. I think we're gonna go for this one. It's gonna really brighten up this eye look. So we'll see how that goes. It's more of a blue shift, I think. Well, I guess it just depends on which way you're looking at it. Let's go for that one. Secure, and I'm not dipping my hand too much into it. Okay, that'll go well. Okay, and I think for the inner corner and the like lower inner part, I'm gonna mix the white and the lightest nude. So still and clarity, and just make a very light nude tone and use that as my inner corner. All right, let me finish off, come back, show you the finished eye looks with the completed face, and then we can move on to the third and final eye look. Okay, there's so much cloud coverage. Let me tell you what I finished the face off with. Anastasia Smooth Blur Bronzer, shade Golden Beach Glow. This tone is actually growing on me. I'm not disliking it. The Dior Rosewood in the Backstage Rosy Glow, the reformulation. Semi Haze highlighter in Citrine. Eyebrows are Gucci Brow Pencil, Benefit Cosmetics Brow Gel. For the lips, I went into both of the lip stains. For the Huda, it's the Soft Nude, and for the CoverGirl, it's Sugi Girl. I heard Wet n Wild came out with some lip stains as well, like lip liner stains. I might have to purchase those and see if I'm enjoying those a little bit better. They've been sitting here for over a week. I think the last time I touched these were 3 or 4 days before leaving on our vacation. So I feel like they've had time to dry down a tiny bit. And now I'm kind of sort of thinking, okay, maybe the Huda is okay, but still not 100% sold. I also feel like unless you have full plump lips, it's probably not gonna look as gorgeous on you as it does on all of the influencers that you see on social media. And then for mascara, the Revolution Tubing Mascara. I think that's everything. Okay, so here are the eye looks. Eye look number 1. Eye look number 2. I think they're both very pretty. For right now, I'm actually enjoying this side a tiny bit more. I think it just complements my skin a tiny bit better. Not sure what's going on with this, but it's a little red on the outer corner. I do enjoy this eye look as well. It's very green and I'm here for it. All right, let me go ahead and send you on over to eye look number 3. It'll be a different day for me, but right now for you. All right, my loves, let's get started with this third and final eye look. It's a different day for me, and I kept everything the same as far as the base, except I changed up the cream blush and used the Charlotte Tilbury in Pretty Glow, which is the pink lilac, and then the Rare Beauty eye base. All right, we're gonna start with this pretty brown here, and I am going to dip into this one as well. I'm not sure if this is a black. I haven't swatched the palette yet, or like a black brown. We're gonna start with the lighter of the 2 shades that I'm going to use for this outer corner. This is the 15 Mini from Refer. I have an idea of the eye look, like I have it in my little head, how I am picturing it. So hopefully I can translate it into reality. And I'm tapping first before I start swiping. All right, now we're gonna jump in to this Tone Steady, which is a pretty olive green. This is the E08 from Cinch Beauty, and that's gonna go in the inner portion of the eyelid. And I'm tapping first. And if I need to go back into that brown, I will. Okay, sorry, I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do in the lower inner lash, so I started off camera, but let me show you. The E42 from Sigma, that same olive green tone, and I'm just tapping it. So I'm bringing it down in this area and connecting it. I will probably use the white for my inner corner. And I'm tapping because I don't want this tone, like I want it as opaque as possible, and I don't know if it's the tone itself, but I feel like if you blend it too much, It does kind of blend away just a tiny bit. Okay, I did add some NYX glitter glue, and the eye look that inspired this eye look, they only had shimmer right in the center. So I only put glitter glue right in the center. We'll see how it goes. I think I'm gonna jump into the pretty like champagne gold hole and see how that looks. If I feel I need to add more or a different tone, I will, but for now, let's see how this looks. All right, I think I am going to add just a tiny bit of balanced. Now it looks like a yellow, but I don't know if that's, oh, maybe it will. Okay, I thought it was gonna have maybe a tiny bit more of a green shift. I'm just putting this right in the middle. And then with this Blend Bunny B1, I'm gonna jump in to the darkest matte Reflect and put that in the outer corner and almost create like a shadow wing. Honestly, the way, at least the look that I got inspired by, they used gel pencil liner and then smudged it with whatever matte shadow they were going to use. So it does look a tiny bit different here on the outer corner, but it's fine. Okay, now with the white in the palette, I'll use that for the inner corner. And I think we've used just about every shimmer, not every matte. I didn't use that pretty yellow. Okay, this is the B4 from Blend Bunny, and add that in the inner corner. Might turn like a light olive green, we'll see. Let me finish off camera and I'll be right back. All right, my loves, third eye look is done. Let me tell you what I finished the face off with. I went into the Laura Mercier bronzer, shade number 20, YSL blush 44, Nude Lavalier, I think is the shade. Semi Haze highlighter in Citrine. Eyebrows, I went into Refi brow pencil. I think I have one more use and it's going to be panned, which is so exciting. Benefit brow gel, and then for the lips, I have on Dominique Cosmetics lip frame in soft brownie and the Teddy Tint from Maybelline in Pinky Promise. I love this lip combo. That's it. Here it is, the third and final eye look. It's a little bit more olive green than I kind of wanted it to go, but it's fine. It's still very, very pretty. All right, let me scooch you on out. Let me insert swatches of the palette. Like I mentioned, I used every single shimmer and all of the mattes except for one, the anchored yellow tone. This is only a first impressions. I will definitely keep using this palette. I'm just glad that I was able to create 3 eye looks for you all. I feel like the more eye looks I can create, the more tones I can use from the palette and just get a better first impressions. So far, I'm really enjoying this palette. I love everything about it. The size, the fall leather. It's a palette that I feel like I'm going to pick up quite often. So for me, first impressions, it's a great one. For the Nearly Natural palette, I do enjoy this palette, and there is similar tones in this palette to the Grounded palette I used today. I feel like the shimmers in this one are just a tiny bit more special than this one. There is some in here that are just so absolutely gorgeous, but there is some more simple glitter shimmer sparkle formulas in here, and these I feel they're all really special. But there's definitely some tones that resemble this palette, especially when it comes to the greens and the browns. So you probably don't need this if you have this one. I purchased it because these tones are just right up my alley. And I honestly will probably pick up this palette a tiny bit more than this one, just because it's a smaller palette. It's very straightforward. You can literally just stick to the rows and you have an eye look. The more shades you have in a palette, I feel the more scrambled your brain can feel in trying to come up with an eye look. But I do enjoy playing with bigger palettes. I just prefer smaller ones. So for me, I think this was perfect. If you haven't tried Glaminatrix, I think this is definitely a good one to start with because you have simple everyday tones and the shimmers are just so beautiful. Okay, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed all 3 eye looks. Do not forget to let me know which one is your favorite. I think the first eye look is gonna have to take the cake because it was a little bit more warm toned. I felt like it just complemented my face, my skin tone, my hair, everything. I look number 1 I think was gorgeous. Okay, thank you for being here. I love and appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea, all the comments, all the likes. If you use my links to shop, it truly all does mean the world to me. Let me know if you picked up this palette or decided to skip, and if you even tried Glaminatrix. That's it. I'm babbling on. Thank you. I love you all. Do not forget to give the video a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you all on my next video. Bye.